This is my brutally honest review of The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. This is a part of a series where I review every single Sims 4 pack, including all of the older ones. EA describes Jungle Adventure as a pack being about venturing to Salvadorada, a new destination where your Sims can befriend the locals at the cantina or purchase essential survival gear. Explore the jungle, discover a hidden temple, and collect ancient artifacts for home. So, taking a look at Creator Sim mode, the outfits are a mixture of both explorer outfits but also Latin American inspired stuff. So one thing that surprised me is actually we have a relatively equal amount of stuff for both male and female Sims, because obviously usually men get nothing. It's quite rare for a Sims 4 pack to have some balance, but we finally do have some. We also have a couple of things for kids and toddlers too. I know most people won't really like the stuff that's here and won't wear it that much, but I think it fits the theme of the pack very well. I don't really have anything bad to say about it other than I would have liked slightly more stuff, but it's not really the end of the world. I normally just use this stuff when I'm actually exploring the temples myself, and I just put them in a survival outfit. I mean, it would have been nice to have like a sexy Lara Croft outfit. That would have been really nice. Maybe they couldn't have done it for copyright issues, I don't know. But despite not containing enough, I think it fits the theme very, very well, and I think the stuff that is there is nice, and it comes in a good amount of swatches. Having said that, I'm giving the cast for Jungle Adventure an 8 out of 10. So Jungle Adventure has some of my favorite build stuff in the game. I find myself using it all the time, especially the kitchen set. I think it's a good pack for plants as well, and also debug plants if you want to get really deep into build mode. A lot of the stuff is decoration for the world and temple itself, so it's not all entirely, I'd say, appropriate outside of the in-game world, but I think you can create a lot of really nice stuff with it. Obviously, it's Latin American inspired, and the pack contains enough furniture to decorate an entire house with in combination with the base game. I also really like the wooden floor planks in this pack. They're literally the best ones in the game. Yes, they are. It's definitely a smaller amount of stuff as it is a game pack, but I do feel really satisfied with what's there. And I think you will too if you're a builder, because you can make some really nice spaces just using this pack with the base game alone. The build mode for Jungle Adventure gets an 8 out of 10. So taking a look at the world, Salvadorada is a vacation only world. This means unfortunately you can only like go there on holiday. You can't live there. It's a little bit annoying. It also makes it harder to play some other special lot types if you own other packs. I really hate vacation worlds. There's no reason why they can't just make it so you can live there. This is definitely, in my opinion, a big thing that sets it back. The world has a bar, a museum, and multiple different vacation rental lots. The vacation rentals are fine, but there isn't really much difference between them other than how many beds they have. I would say the museum also looks a little bit sad, and the bar looks very, very sad. But I think the rentals themselves, like, they're decorated relatively nicely for EA builds. There's also a small marketplace near the bar where you can get resources for exploring the temple and meet with the local people. Now, my biggest criticism of every single Sims 4 world is that there's literally nothing to do, and that is right for Jungle Adventure. There is nothing to do around the different lots. There's no incentive to actually explore unless you want to take cute aesthetic screenshots, but if you actually want gameplay, there is none. But the actual jungle itself is obviously a big part of the gameplay. Being able to explore around this specific area is fun. I'll talk about this more in the gameplay section of the review, but there's a few different areas to see and actually things to do in them. My only wish is that there were more. I would have liked a whole second jungle area in the other neighborhood, or a different kind of explorable area with a different temple to explore, as there is only one temple with the pack, or maybe just a secret lot or something else just to make it feel a little bit nicer. In general though, I actually really like the world. It's beautiful, and I think it's big enough considering it is a game pack world. Luckily, there also isn't a loading screen between every single jungle area, only some, so it doesn't feel tedious traveling to different areas. I just wish there was slightly more secretive areas to explore to make it feel more satisfying. Every single Sims 4 world is bad, but Salvadorada is one of the best out of a bad bunch in my opinion. It's only really massively held back by the fact that it's a vacation only world, and of course there's literally nothing to do outside of the jungle area, and of course it's not open world. The world in Jungle Adventure gets a 7 out of 10. Taking a look at gameplay, before you want to head into a temple, there's a market to buy things to help you when exploring, like a machete. Finding a temple involves cutting through the vines to access areas and seeing where where each one takes you. The temple itself has different things to find relating to the new archaeology skill. You can dig up different kinds of treasures, or you can find them in chests. The temple also has certain mechanisms to solve. These don't actually require puzzle solving. Instead, you examine them, wait for your sim to finish examining them, and then pick the appropriate interaction to unlock the door to the next area. The different mechanisms do require different skills, but they don't really require puzzle solving. And this is like my only proper major criticism about the temple. It just doesn't really feel that interactive because you're not really doing anything as a player other than just clicking essentially a button that's like solve puzzle, and then the door unlocks, and then you get through the door, and then you click the next thing and you click solve and it solves and you unlock the next door. It just would have been nice to do a little bit more other than just click on, you know, a tool and click open door and then the next door opens. Do you know what I mean? Every now and then the game does throw a spanner in the works, like being attacked by bats or being attacked by spiders. Although one constructive bit of criticism I do have for the Sims team is that I think they should have put booby traps in there just to make it feel a little bit more challenging. Sometimes your sim will get ill from the temples and get green blotches all over their body, and if you leave it too long they do die. If this does happen, you can use a PC in the museum to order a medicine. You can also use a museum as a place to use the archaeological table and uncover and authenticate the artifacts that you found at the temple, and then once you've done this you can either keep them as decorations or you can sell them. Although weirdly they sell for like so much money. Just like one visit to the temple can earn your sim like easily 100k. I just feel like they should have toned it down a lot because that's just like way too OP. There is only so much you can do in one vacation, and the game does block you from accessing certain paths, meaning that you have to end your vacation and come back another time to explore the new areas. I personally like it because I feel like it gives you more incentive to come back in the future, but I think some people will find it a little bit annoying. It just depends on you. Now, every single time that you visit the temple itself changes slightly on the inside. On the outside, it looks exactly the same every time, but on the inside, it may look slightly different each time. The differences aren't massively noticeable, and it doesn't really feel like you're exploring a brand new temple each time. It's a little bit weird because every single time you like visit the temple area, you might see it and think, oh, it looks the same on the outside, I'm not exploring this again, and you might leave. You might not go inside and realize that it's actually slightly different on the inside, so you might miss that gameplay. Also, all of the different treasures seem to be kind of randomly generated, so you don't know what you get each time you open a treasure chest. So I don't really understand this whole thing of just like having the same temple but it slightly changes each time, especially because each change is not substantial enough to even notice the difference. I just feel like they should have added like different temples each time that look and feel completely different from each other. I think there should have been a combination of easy, medium, hard. Maybe the first one you visit is easy, then a medium, then a hard one, and then an extra hard one. I just feel like they should have made it different each time. In terms of miscellaneous features, there is a brand new dance for your sims to do. You may also see a skeleton in the temple. This is not a new occult sim. He doesn't really serve much purpose, but this pack does come with relics that may turn your sim into a temporary skeleton. When you discover treasures, you might come across relic bases and relic heads, as well as crystals. You can combine these in different ways to have different effects. I won't spoil all of the effects, but some of them have effects like giving your sim money or giving them a curse. There is also like a death curse, so that's another death type in the game. And there's also things like, I don't know, making your needs decay very, very fast. It's just pot luck what you get. I really like the gameplay of The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure, but it is a far cry from The Sims 3 World Adventures. The Sims 3 World Adventures has you explore countless areas with different kinds of puzzles to solve, with different challenges to face. There were 3 huge worlds, each with different cultures, different things to do. The temples were intertwined with the lives and the stories of the townies, and you follow a set storyline to follow, but it didn't feel linear, and you met different people and learned their lore and their stories, and you found out twists in the stories, and these are tied into the temples themselves, and new areas are always unlocking and different things. You might have to go back to certain areas to find new things. There were bloody mummies. The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure, on the other hand, has you visit the same temple over and over again with only very slight changes to it internally each time. There's no real lore or quest lines to follow, unlike World Adventures, and I just felt like the gameplay got a little bit tedious over time. To give some constructive criticism to EA, there definitely should have been multiple different temples that all look and feel different from each other. There also should have been more interesting puzzle mechanics other than just click on analyze and open door. For a game pack, I think Jungle Adventure is fun. There's definitely a lot of stuff compared to most other game packs, and I do enjoy going back to it every now and then. For me, I think it's more fun tied into other packs like, I don't know, setting up a shop of artifacts if you have Gets to Work, for example. If you do own the Sims 3 base game, I will categorically say that World Adventures is significantly better, and you're much better off getting that pack for the Sims 3 if you do own the Sims 3 base game. I know you won't because you don't want to play the other Sims games. The Sims 4 graphics is so much better. I know what you're like. Yes, you. So I know you won't listen to me, but I'm going to say it anyway. World Adventures is a lot better. The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure is held back a lot by the Sims 4 base game. Therefore, it's objectively not a good Sims pack, but it's a good Sims 4 pack. And as a Sims 4 pack, relative to the Sims 4 only, I think the gameplay is fun, and it's one of my favorite game packs for the Sims 4. And I think it just takes a nice step away from the standard vanilla gameplay of the game. The gameplay of the Sims 4 Jungle Adventure gets a 7 out of 10. In terms of performance, the camera jumps around everywhere when exploring the temples, and it boils my piss. It is so annoying. When my sim got poisoned, my sim's poison cured itself autonomously. It was a glitch because I went into Managed Worlds and I came back and my sim was cured of the poison. So unfortunately, that's why I can't show you the poison death, because of a glitch. In general though, I think this pack performs very, very well. It is one of the only Sims 4 packs that doesn't bug out all the time. It gets an 8 out of 10 for performance from me. My overall score of the Sims 4 Jungle Adventure is a 7.6 out of 10. I did do a 3-part Let's Play series of the Sims 3 World Adventures, so if you want to check that out, make sure you check out this video here. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.